Hello, my name's Alex Philly, and this is part 2 of my MGS5 Phantom Pain videos. Now that I've experienced more of the game, I can tell you a bit about the buddy system and how that works. You start the game with a rideable horse called D-Horse. You can hop on it for a ride and you can get it to carry prisoners too. The longer you spend with a buddy, the more support commands you unlock. I like the fact that you can have the different cardboard boxes and you can sneak up to guys and try and take them out if they get too close. One thing you can do with the box is you can actually jump out of the box and surprise enemies, which is quite clever. And if you've got reflex mode on, which is the slow motion mode when you get spotted, that's pretty useful for taking care of enemies. You only get a limited amount of slow motion time though, so you can't take out an army with it. Mother Base is quite cool. I like the fact that you can recruit different characters. You start out by recruiting some of the low rank soldiers just to fill out your numbers, and then later on you get more of the high ranking soldiers to have in your army. And the higher the rank your soldiers, the more gear you can develop and the more things become available. You start out with quite basic kind of guns, but then later on you can develop some better guns. You can research guns that only stun enemies. You can get tranquilizer guns, and you can get suppressors as well. Yeah, I like the fact that you can sneak around. You can kind of try and lure guards towards you, and the guards will actually shoo away like your horse or like your other buddies if they see them, which is quite clever. You can interrogate soldiers, so you can find out information about possible objectives nearby. You can find out about captured prisoners, loot drops. You can find out about like a hidden stash of diamonds, that kind of thing. Also, there's the wildlife which you encounter. One mission, for example, has you recovering a lost sheep that ended up wandering into the military base, and you have these other like animals dotted about, hyenas. You can even find goats and bears. There's a bear that I have to try and take down with loads of tranquilizer rounds. It killed me a few times though. But yeah, those kind of things, it's not essential to the game, but it is kind of a fun moment. And it does make the world feel more alive. You don't tend to find civilians in this game, but you do find escaped prisoners, scout patrols, and you have a few of the boss characters and things. You've got enemy vehicles, so you've got tanks, you've got recon units that use machine gun rounds, you have mortars that fire from distance, and you've got machine gun encampments as well. Later on in the game you'll actually be able to capture all of those, so you can use them in missions or give them to combat teams. You can get special volunteers as well by doing certain things, and those are usually quite high ranks, A and above. There's quite a few different ranks of specialists. Some of them even go up to S rank. As well as Snake, you can actually play as any of your soldiers, provided you put them on the combat team. So you can have a guy or girl going around completing the missions. I'd usually save them for the side ups, because obviously for the main story it's meant to be just Big Boss that's doing this. But for the side ups it's quite fun to get like one of your mates and go find things. This bit was quite funny because I actually accidentally stumbled upon Quiet, who's the enemy sniper, and I didn't expect this to suddenly turn into like a main story mission. So at that point I had to kind of retreat because I didn't have any kind of weapons that would get rid of her. As for the fight against Quiet, it's quite interesting because obviously it's a sniper battle. It's quite a common feature in the Metal Gear games, and it's quite fun as well. You get to use quite a few different weapons to try and take her down. You can try and take her out lethally or non-lethally. There's a few different tricks to beating her, but I won't spoil anything. It's a good battle, and it's worth trying out a few tactics on your own before you try and find out what everyone else has done. Yeah, some good boss battles. All the supplies you capture help to improve your own base's abilities. You also try and get to accumulate wealth. You try and get as much money as you can to improve your base development. You get different specialists as well, although you have to watch out because some of the volunteers you get actually have negative traits, so they can deal damage to your friends and things. So those guys you want to fire as soon as you spot them. I like listening to the audio conversations as well via the cassette tapes because they do fill in quite a lot of the game's story. As I got a bit further into the game, I did find that I was dying a bit more than I was before. Some of the later missions get a bit tough, especially ones with lots of guards there, and if you've not got the right kind of support characters or weapons to help you, then you're really in trouble. You can do a lot with the sneaking, but unfortunately, say if you get spotted during the last 5 minutes of a 1 hour mission, you have to start it all again, which is annoying, and it would be nice if there's a quick save, but obviously it's aimed at consoles, so we can't really have those kind of things. That's it for part 2, hope you enjoyed it, catch you later.
But now it's bottom.
He's coming too. Roger that. Enemy presence detected. Map has been updated.
Подержись огнем! Никто не проскочит!